Today we're making these amazing lasagna rolls and a gorgeous Caesar salad with toasted breadcrumbs.
Hi, I'm Laura. Welcome back to Dinner and a Side, where my sister and I share our favorite dinner combos. We're making a main dish and a side dish in our separate kitchens today. I used to make lasagna entirely from scratch and it took hours, but you can skip the layering with these simple rolls. They're still packed with flavorful meat sauce and gooey mozzarella just the way we love it.
Well, I haven't made a lasagna in years. I just think it's too much work. So I am super excited to try this recipe out today.
If you're like Angie, no need to worry. This is a simple way to enjoy a homemade lasagna. So stick with us, we're about to make a delicious dinner. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna do two things at once here to save a little bit of time. I've got a pot boiling with some salted water for the lasagna, so let's go ahead and drop those in. And that's gonna take about 8 minutes. So while that's cooking, let's go ahead and get started on the meat sauce. First, let's brown the ground beef over medium heat. So you just wanna crumble up the meat a little bit to make sure it's in smaller pieces. That'll make the lasagna rolls easier to roll up. Okay, and if there's any grease left in the pan, you'll wanna go ahead and remove it. So I like to do that with a paper towel if there's not very much. This is a really lean ground beef, so there's really not much. I'm just gonna dab up a little bit of the excess with my paper towel. Stir in the tomato sauce, tomato paste, Italian seasoning. I'm gonna encourage you not to leave the fennel seeds out. I know you might be tempted if you don't have any or you've never cooked with it before, but these seeds add a ton of flavor to tomato-based sauces. You're gonna love it. And salt. I'm just gonna let that simmer over low heat for about 10 minutes. While these things cook, Angie's gonna get started on the salad. And by the way, in case you missed something or you wanna see all the ingredients that we're using today, you can find the full recipe in the description.
Don't you just love a great Caesar salad? The lettuce is crisp, it has such great textures and bright flavors, and it goes great with lasagna. For me, this is where the magic happens, the Caesar dressing. For it to be a really great Caesar, it has to have a good dressing, preferably one you make at home. And it is so easy. You will never buy Caesar dressing again. Mix together some mayonnaise, lemon juice, garlic, finely grated Parmesan cheese, Dijon, Worcestershire sauce, and anchovy paste, if you like it. Shake it up well. Oh yeah, that's perfect. I'm just gonna chill this in the refrigerator until we're ready to dress the salad. You know, the flavors really start to develop as it chills, so try to give it about 30 minutes.
While the dressing chills, I'm ready to get started on these lasagna rolls. Grab one of the pasta sheets. Now spread a large spoonful of the ricotta all up and down. You can make it as thick or thin as you like. Then add a large spoonful of meat sauce. Also spread that around. Get it nice and even. Then a big handful of mozzarella. And carefully roll it up. You want it tight, but not too tight. You don't want to squeeze out all of the filling. And place it upright in an 8x8 baking dish. So this amount of ingredients can make 6 to 7 rolls. I like to stretch it into 7 rolls because that fits really nicely in my pan and it holds all the rolls together as they cook. So that's my preference. I definitely like to have leftovers of this. So if you're feeding 4, 6 is a pretty good amount of rolls. You'll have some left over for the next day. No one's gonna be angry about that. Once all the rolls are done, see how nicely that's packed in there. I'm gonna pour the marinara sauce over the top. Use as much or as little as you like. You can play with it here. I like a lot of sauce, so I'm gonna use most of this jar. And then I'm gonna spread on the remaining mozzarella cheese. Now we're gonna bake this at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes until the cheese is nice and bubbly on top. And while that cooks, Angie's gonna finish up the salad so it's ready when the rolls are.
There's very little cooking involved in this recipe, which I think everybody can appreciate. The only thing that we have to do is toast the breadcrumbs. Now this is really easy to do using a store-bought crumb like panko. I like to make my own using leftover heels of bread. Make sure to check out our tip for that. Melt the butter in a skillet over medium heat. Add the breadcrumbs and move them around in the pan until they're lightly toasted. It takes about 3 minutes. Then season it with salt and pepper. You can add some herbs too if you like, maybe some sage or oregano. This is how I like to shave my Parmesan, always from a block of cheese. The potato peeler gives you a nice thick slice of cheese. Now that I have everything ready, I'm going to arrange the lettuce leaves on this plate. Drizzle on the dressing. Go heavy. Remember, it's where the magic happens. Top it with the toasted breadcrumbs and the shaved Parmesan. I'm going to add some chopped anchovies on there as well. I particularly like the breadcrumbs in this salad. Unlike large croutons, you get a little bit of crispy in every bite, but it's not hard to eat. That's a perfect salad right there.
I guess I better get the lasagna out. The salad is ready to go and we are just about ready to eat. I think that this is the perfect meal.
Thank you so much for watching. If you're looking for more great dinner recipes to try, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of our next video.